All right, here we go. Napoleon, welcome back to Vlad TV.
Happy to be back, man. How's everything, brother?
Man, it's been a few years. In fact, I did your show last time.
Yeah, the last time, I interviewed you, bro. I still didn't drop it yet. You know, I'm holding in the cut.
Oh, you still had that? Okay, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I still have it.
Well, since our last interview, a lot has happened. A lot, because some years have passed. And, I mean, the biggest of which is the Keffe D situation. Now, I did the first real Keffe D interview where he laid out the whole story from his background, what led up to the incident, what happened during the incident, what happened after. And then 5 years later, Keffe gets arrested. Now, when you first saw the Keffe D interview, what did you think?
You know, we've been hearing these type of rumors in the streets. I believe he did because of his book. It was a book that he put out. So before he started doing these interviews, I kind of heard, but I never heard it out the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? So when I heard him go into details about what happened that night, and he was just openly, you know, speaking about it, that kind of took me by surprise because I don't know too much about a proffer agreement, but I was just like, wow, he just, you know, and I looked at it from a standpoint of view, like it was even 20-something years later, you would think that a person would mature. You know, we did some things in our 20s I'm not going to be bragging about in my 40s and hopefully not bragging about in my 60s, you know, God willing. So I was just surprised at how he went about it, actually.
Okay, so you heard it. Based on everything that you know and everyone that you've talked to, does the story match up or there's certain parts that don't quite make sense?
You know, one of the, I wasn't there. You know, I wasn't there, but from what some of the outlaws told me, they did say that a car, you know, was creeping up, looking inside the cars before they reached Pac car, and they seen an arm come out. You know what I mean? So, and I think he even mentioned that we heard girls screaming, so we was trying to figure out what car Pac was in. So that matched up. Everything else was something I never heard before because he was explaining from as an insider. You know what I mean? But it did match up to what they was talking about, the cars pulling up and stuff like that, looking in, trying to find out which car Pac was in.
Well, yeah, because the gray area in the situation was it Orlando who shot, or was it someone else in the car, like a big Dre or maybe even a Keffe, because those were two bigger, bulkier guys. And a couple of people have said that were there that it was a bulky arm and Orlando was really skinny. So this is the gray area, and I don't know if he'll ever know because there's only one person. I think we might not never
know because everybody in that car was dead except for Keefe D. You know, so I think now everybody got to go off of his story. And he knows he was in the car, obviously. And it's one of the mysteries that, you know, sometimes you don't really know. We can assume, we can try to guess, but if the people that was there is not alive and they not speaking, then we really going to be assuming. But I guess he felt like he wanted to put that story out according to what he want people to think who shot him, you know what I mean, or who was a shooter.
Well, Suge Knight was there, and according to Keffe, the two of them locked eyes right before the shooting, so Suge would know who did it, but Suge has never said anything. Do you think at some point Suge will just come out and say it, or do you think he's going to take that to his grave?
I think from what it seemed like, Suge the type going to take it to the grave because I think he's still trying to live by the codes of, you know, the politics that goes with the hood. So I think from, you know, the person that Suge, he just seemed like he the type going to take it to the grave.
I mean, do you agree with that? Because in that whole situation, like, people really didn't cooperate.
Yes.
Edie didn't cooperate. Suge didn't cooperate. Everyone that was in the car, who's the name of the bodyguard that was right behind him?
I think Frank Alexander.
Frank Alexander.
Yes.
I'm not sure if he cooperated or not, but had everyone cooperated, they could have worked with LAPD and something could have happened right away. But instead, everyone was trying to do the whole street code thing and nobody did. I mean, when you look back at it now, do you wish that people had cooperated, or is it just is what it is?
I look at it like everything happened for a reason. It is what it is, because the mindsets back then, that was the mindset that everybody had. It comes with, you don't cooperate because you also can put yourself in harm's way. So a lot of people, even though that's a hood, you know, I don't live by that code no more because I'm not involved in anything illegal. You understand? But back then, this was our mindset. You know, this goes on in the hood because even if you cooperate, you might get hurt by one of your own homies because they looking at it like, so it's one of the situations that even if they wanted to cooperate, the code is there that they know it can backfire.
Well, Foxy Brown is tied into the story somewhat because in the book, Keffe said that they went to go get a gun and Foxy was with the guy, I guess Eric Von Zip, when they got it. But everyone I know that knows Foxy Brown are all saying that she's not going to cooperate at all.
Yeah, she's smart because I don't think I ever heard her mention anything about this. She ain't getting involved. She ain't doing no interviews. She ain't speaking it up. So, so now it's basically his word against hers, basically. You know?
Right.